Hey people, I'm gonna do another video here, and it's gonna be on bagging fruit for the winter, freezing them up. And what you're gonna want to do is get yourself some Ziploc bags and bag up fruit. You're gonna want to bag up any fruit as soon as you find it cheap. There's different ways to know you're finding it cheap. If you're not good with prices, start doing some shopping around and write down the lowest price that you see, and then you can start looking at it. And if you start seeing it everywhere cheaper, well, then erase that price and rewrite it, so on and so forth, till you get used to what's lowest in your area. And you'll get used to it the more you buy fruit. That's for amateurs. I'm sure if you're a pro, I'll call it, with buying fruit, because you eat as much fruit as me, I'm sure you know all the prices by now. And I don't know all of them, but I know the main ones. The ones that I buy bulk, trust me, I know the prices. I know how much potatoes are. And I don't freeze potatoes, but I do sometimes buy them in bulk. But I know how much bananas are. They're 59 cents typically. And I buy a few extra if they're 49 cents looking good. And when the 39 cents are cheaper, I buy the shit out of them. So that's a little tip for you. That's a big tip for people saving money. And I'm not poor by any means, but I'll tell you what, I'm probably not poor because I'm smart with my money. I don't just do it with food, with fruit, with anything, but I'll buy extra cheap with anything. That's just the way it is. So what you do is you freeze your fruit. And it's easier for me to tell you what fruit not to freeze than it is for me to go down the list of food or fruit you should freeze. The fruit you shouldn't freeze, and I heard it's alright, but I can't see doing it, is avocado and tomato, and I think that's about it. The rest of the fruit you can freeze if you find it cheap, and you can bulk up. Your best bet is getting a deep freezer. If you got room for a deep freezer, get a deep freezer and stock it up right now. Now's the time. I'm in northern area, like in the U.S. I'm high up in the U.S., north of the U.S. I'd say a quarter of the way down if you put the map in front of you. So it's going to be getting cold here. It's hitting the highest, warmest days right now are 80s, but everything's coming out of stock. Out of stock and out of season. Apples are going to be in season soon. So I'm going to buy a whole bunch of apples at like a farm market I go to. It's more like a Amish style market though, and they sell cheap food because all the Amish people get together and sell the food to us common people, and they sell it cheap, and I like it because it's fresh. You'll see Amish people shopping there, so you know they're not just doing it to get rid of it. But you find all the markets that are the cheapest. And a good trick to do is to write down prices. If you don't know prices and you know you want to stock up on them, start learning them before you pay too much to stock up on them. But now's the time you're going to want to freeze things, because another reason, besides the price is cheaper now, but another reason is the food tastes a lot better right now. And you freeze it, and it's going to taste really good in your smoothies, even in the winter. Which, if you don't freeze it, you're going to get some bland tasting smoothies. So you're going to want to stock up on some bananas. Bananas are the best to put in your smoothies. They make it like a smooth, almost like a milkshake smooth type taste. Like a texture, I would say. But another good one to freeze. Grapes. Grapes are good for even snacking on, like nighttime snacks. You don't even need smoothies to do that. Blueberries are excellent. I lost my chance on blueberries. I went to get them, but I was like a couple weeks too late. I was pretty upset at that. I was gonna stock up. I went, asked them about their blueberries, and they told me I was too late. I was pretty upset at that, as you could tell. That was like a month ago. They go out quick, so they're already out in my area. I'm sure down south you could still get them, but I'm not down south. So, as for right now, cutting up my last watermelon, and then I got 2 honeydews I'm going to cut up. I'm going to freeze them both. And my deep freezer is just about filled. So, I am about ready for winter. But I need bananas yet, and I've been waiting for cheap ones. Because you can get bananas, a lot of times the stores will just try to sell them quick at like 29 cents a pound. And that's what I'm waiting for. A lot of times the local store I'm near will have like a grocery cart full of those older bananas. And I'm going to snag the whole cart, and I'm taking it with me. So, I've been waiting for that. A lot of stores do that. You gotta wait for that. But remember, you don't want to overstock unless you know the prices. I know bananas around me are my main one I go for, and grapes I go for. I'll buy a lot of grapes if it's under $1 a pound. I buy a lot of bananas if it's 39 cents a pound or less. But other than that, I know apples, I believe, I gotta look into that a little more, but I believe they're like 60 cents a pound for the cheap ones, something like that. And watermelons, I paid a little more for these because I didn't want to wait too long. I wanted to get them tasting good, but I still got them cheap. My watermelons, pretty big size watermelons, were $3.99 for a watermelon. And I mean, you can get a lot of watermelon bagged up from one big watermelon. I mean, I got these 4 bags full, and that's not even half of the watermelon. You get probably 10 of these Ziploc bags full from one watermelon. Probably 10, 12 Ziploc bags full. And you just pop them in the freezer, deep freezer. I usually put them in grocery bags, and then I put them in. So when I just want to grab out my deep freezer, I grab a grocery bag full of fruit, pop it in my normal freezer up here in the kitchen. And I'll buy other fruit throughout the year, like lemons in my smoothies are my favorite right now. And it's good to get a lemon in you too. But I'll buy other fruit throughout the winter just to add juice to the good fruit, because the blender I got right now, I gotta get a better one. It's the Ninja, but it's not the big powered one. I want to get the big powered one because my big powered one broke, but it used to blend up my smoothies excellent. So I dealt with this one, but I didn't realize how crappy it was until I bought it and tried it. But it leaves a lot of chunks in it. Not big chunks, but it leaves a little bit of chunk in it, and I don't like chunk. So start freezing your fruit. It's worth it. Peace.